Streaming, 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 streaming. Yep, yep. There we go. I got a little chat here. I've got a little muted thing there, and I've got some notes for stuff to talk about from previous episode. I am excited. This is something new. If you're watching this, well, actually, if you're watching this, there's two ways you could be watching it. You could be watching it live, or I'm probably going to post this on YouTube later. It's just, this is a hangout. All right. I can't watch the episode on YouTube because of copyright filters and stuff, but we're going to watch it in a little bit. And we're having a pre show here. So this is a bit different. It's more like building up a Twitch chat community rather than viewers. So one thing that kind of sucks is I'm doing this late at night, which means some of my European followers are, well, it's going to be very, very late at night for them. But maybe I'll get some nocturnal viewers. Anyway, Squeak Nico is back. All right, I'm just going to relax here. Already talking a lot, but let me see. This is going to be more relaxed, and I'm going to try not to run my mouth too often. Yeah. No, that's not the button I wanted to press. I'm trying to find stuff, but let's see. We'll move this a bit. I think my yeah, there we go. Now I'm in frame. Okay. Nicodemus Rat, you are number one right now. So you are first in the leaderboards. What you missed last time is I gave you a point, and then you weren't even there to accept it. So I don't know if you actually have it or not. I think it's still in my paw, so I could take it back. We'll see. I'm hoping for a whole bunch of regular viewers if we can build that community and get a bunch of minions. I want to get a bunch of my minions watching. And yeah, okay, so let's start talking about Taskmaster. Last episode. Episode 1. Oh. Does it show? Yeah, it does show my mouse. My cursor. Well, I mean, I'm talking about Taskmaster points. You got 1 point from me. I have no idea what the XP is doing there. But we'll see. Last week's episode was amazing, and I think I underhyped it, actually. At the end of the episode, I don't know, I was like a little tired. It was like, yeah, that was good. Like, actually, that was amazing. I think maybe it's hard for me to know in the moment sometimes how good something is. But we had the return of an individual task. We had every person there was really funny. Every contestant. And I think I might have said, I can't remember exactly, maybe some of the previous series didn't have great starts, but I reviewed that. And that's not really correct. I liked 19 and 20. Both of those first episodes in 19 and 20 were great. I thought 17 and 18 were a little weak. But, I mean, overall, there has not been a bad season of Taskmaster, especially recently. That t-shirt cannon. Yeah, you know what? I was going to go in order, but let's just go to the t-shirt cannon task. That took place at. Oops, let me. Forgot about this. Maybe adjusting myself as we go. Hampton Court. The t-shirt cannon task took place at Hampton Court Palace, which is apparently where Henry VIII lived, and it is a ridiculous place to host tasks. From what I have heard, and I heard a little bit more about it on the podcast, the People's podcast. So, but yeah, my first thoughts upon seeing that were, I think a lot of Taskmaster fans, one of the questions you might get would be, if you were to take part in one task, what would it be? And I think this is going to be a new contender for a lot of folks, the t-shirt cannon task. Yeah, so that one was strong. And then I guess since we're there, let's go backwards. Team task feed Greg. At first, so I'm going to be a bit analytical here about who do I think is going to win the series. At first, Joanna seemed to be the most on it. She was asking questions, trying to figure stuff out, but ultimately her team did not figure out what was supposed to be going on. So who knows? After that, Kumail and Amy both had some epiphany moments. Yeah, Joanna seemed on it, but she also said, "Who's Greg?" So she's really winning. She's got so many more points than anyone else does right now. But I don't know. I've got a lot of mixed perception of her right now. A lot of highs and a lot of lows that in this episode, the lows did not translate to points. Or they did not translate to low points. Also, I'm pretty sure the team of three didn't actually have enough time for that task. They said there was 40 seconds left or 45 or something. I looked at it, and then there's another time at the task. There's another time they say 20 seconds left, and there's like 18 seconds of footage. But like that can't be everything. But I think that's a weird one since they're kind of counting on the buzzers going off. Also, Joel, who was running the last fruit or the last cauliflower, he had an egg somewhere, so he probably couldn't run super fast. So I gave them the points, but it did seem suspicious how tight that was. Worm task. Really cool. Everyone did that task differently. Yeah, everybody got a different kind of worm. And we got yeah. You get it. What else? What was I about to say? But it was another really fun one. Also with Joel and Amy. I don't think I really clocked this the first time. Of them being starstruck by Kumail. Like I sort of noticed it, but I've seen the task back. And of course, the overlying theme of any comments you see on these videos now for episode 1 is he's so famous. And I'm going to be unable to not say that, but I'm going to try to, if I say he's so famous, I'm going to try to have something else interesting to say too. But it's one of those, it's a low-hanging fruit, but it's a tasty fruit. So yeah, he's so famous. The egg task. Joel. Oh. Yeah, that was very good. My instinct was when Greg said that there were going to be no points. My instinct was if I was Joel, I was going to throw the egg at Greg, which is weird. I've seen several people say they would have thrown it at Alex, which, yeah, okay, he's the one who made you do everything, but Greg's in charge of giving you points. He could have just said, yeah, 10 points right here. Okay? So I don't know why so many people picked on Alex there, even though, yeah, it was. Alex should know, actually, by this point that Greg has not been giving out bonus points. So, yeah, okay, throw it at Alex. But there's 9 episodes left, so Joel has plenty of time to get as many eggs as he wants and throw them at whoever he wants in another 9 episodes. I look forward to that. But the other individual tasks, it's been 10 series since Mike Wozniak's individual task. We've also technically had stuff like John Kearns' thing in the team task, but that wasn't a entirely separate thing. It was like built into another thing. So it was a little odd. That kind of counts. And then we have something in Series 20 that wasn't televised, which is Maisie and only Maisie had to do post-task interviews with Alex, which again isn't its own task, and it didn't even make it into the episodes. So I don't know, but I have heard a couple people say that like maybe they started watching one of the new series, like 19, especially a lot of Americans started with 19 because of Jason. A lot of Americans started with 19, and then some said they started watching the series backwards, or the seasons, whichever. And that's really interesting to me because if you're going backwards, I think actually that's a valid way to do things, but it's going to give you a different experience, definitely. For one thing, you're not going to know anything about individual tasks until Mike Wozniak. That's going to be the first one. That's kind of crazy. Just a random thought there. Prize task. That was very good. Other people have said it doesn't. The thing that could deter people from your premises. It doesn't even have to be your house, and it doesn't have to be robbers. Like it could have been my lab, and I don't want visitors at my lab. So there were a lot of different ways to interpret that, and everyone kind of just went for one, or at least Greg went for one approach to this. But everyone did really good. Everyone brought something that was funny and fit the brief. So I think prize tasks are where you can spend extra time to make sure you get more points in the studio. But I think that's going to be difficult this season if everyone's bringing their A game there. It's going to be hard for any particular contestant to get ahead. Okay. let's see. Live task was also really fun and apparently took a whole lot of time. I've got a lot more I could say about each individual person. Well, let me take a drink from water. Okay. Okay, I'm hoping that folks gonna see this video and be excited to join in next week. This is all new equipment for me, new software, and just a new way of doing everything. I'm considering some of the previous series, and how slow I was at getting things edited and uploaded. This is gonna speed things up so much, and there's a lot of great things. Ooh, I'm clipping. When I talk loud, I clip. Let me change that. Something like this will probably do. I'm gonna speak loud now, but it's not clipping, so that's good. Maybe something like this. Yeah, okay. Okay, a couple more thoughts, I guess. I'll wait another 5 minutes before I start the other stream. And there's going to be a short break between this stream and the Ratreon stream. Just to make sure, especially since this is the first time I'm switching. I don't know how long it's going to take. Let's say 5 minutes. I was going to say like 2 or 3 minutes, but give me a couple extra just in case. Um, Before that, yeah, spend 1 minute on each contestant. Amy. I think she got lost in the shuffle a little bit, but she had a good prize task and she was fun in the team task with all her clapping and syllables. I think she hasn't had a chance to shine yet. She was laughing so much in the interviews. And I just saw her on last one laughing, but where she didn't do too great, but she honestly, everyone on series 2 of Last One Laughing did really great. They all lasted a long time, but comparatively, she didn't do too great, and I can see why. I think Joanna, um, she was laughing a lot in the studio, I think, but she was able to deal with Alex's interview a lot better. So I think she might do well. Um, at Last One Laughing, which I just discovered recently, by the way, and I've been living it vicariously through other people's streams. Um, yeah. Joanna, I mentioned, I mentioned that I'm not sure how well she's gonna do yet. I'm getting mixed signals. And I'm honestly annoyed at her for winning that final task. I'm annoyed at her for winning the episode in general because I'm on the Kumail train and he's in last place now. In Greg's series, he's actually fourth in mine. So, yeah, that last task that was really fun, the live task, but any winners takes all task can make things weird points wise. So I'm hoping she makes some mistakes soon. Uh-huh. I think I'll do Joel last. Oh, Armando. Or Armando, which Alex has been saying. I think it's Armando. I really like him. He had some really good one-liners. Um, and I liked his prize task in particular. And I liked, I won't say the bad words, but I liked one of his particular lines in the live task. That's stuck with me. Kumail is not what I expected. I've said I know Kumail from his early comedy work, like 11 years ago. I was born like 12 years ago, so it was like when I was when I was a pup. And yeah, he was hilarious then. He is hilarious now, but I want to see him do some creative tasks. Um, but what I mean is he's not what I expected because I expected a really nerdy guy. He's said before that he's super good at apologies and he doesn't like fighting. And yet, he was definitely fighting in the studio, but that's because it's not physical fights. It's syntactic fights. Which is very different, actually. But I didn't clock that at first, so I was surprised at first. But I do think that fits his vibe, actually. It also means that that's episode 1, and there were, like, attacks going on, so that means he feels safe with all these people and able to do that. That's cool. It definitely seems like everyone's getting along. Okay. And Joel. This one comment I keep seeing about Joel. That he has golden retriever energy. I've seen that several different places. And I don't know who you're getting to retrieve your gold, but it's not Joel. If you're trying to get someone to like steal gold and perform a heist, you need someone who is calm and calculated and focused on the job and aware of their surroundings and everything. He's more of like a um excited puppy or something. They should all say that. But yeah, like maybe one of those blonde puppies. I don't know. But I am enjoying Joel a lot. And with that, I think it's been 30 minutes or so. And we should go over to Ratreon. There's a link in the description. I'm going to stop this stream, and then within 5 minutes or so, we will start the next episode, episode 2. I'm really rooting for Kumail, but he needs to get some points. We haven't seen any creative tasks yet, except for that prize task, so maybe he'll shine there. We'll see. Okay? Go over to Ratreon next. See you in 5.